Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Tier 5 ranked battles. And I gotta say, I'm finally done. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a challenging one. We were off to the races at the beginning. We got to the higher tiers, then we had to wait for everybody to catch up because we couldn't find matches. Then we waited for everybody to catch up, and then it was just potato team after potato team, and it was a rough time, I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I've got my full ranked Season 6 stats at the end of this. We'll talk about those when we get there, but as always, I'm with Let Him Peek. He's my division mate. We're both in battleships, and we're going to try to steal one away from the enemies. Now, this is going to be kind of a summary video. I'm going to do some narrating with what's going on the screen, but I'm also going to talk you guys through my feelings of the ranked battles and the current meta with ranked battles. Now, the number one problem with ranked battles is always going to be your teammates. That's why I personally wish that they would come out with a 1v1 ranked battle, because that would be hilarious and funny. And awesome. And it would actually test you rather than testing your teammates every single time in ranked battles. Because it doesn't matter how good of a player you are, you get a team full of potatoes and you're most likely going to lose. Now there are some players out there that can handle getting a team full of potatoes and being able to make it happen. But unfortunately, the problem that me and Peak were running into during ranked was I was in a battleship most of the time. It's not unusual because I would try to be in a battleship or a destroyer. Destroyers, I'm confident in my ability to affect the match regardless, while maintaining my life and all of that good stuff. Battleships, I am a punching bag, and I'm very good at attracting attention because of my name, and I can hit back just as hard, if not harder, than they hit me. Now, as you'll see in the stats at the end, as we'll talk about that, I'm very effective with the whole getting shot at thing. The amount of damage that comes my way during an average match is pretty insane. But that's what battleships are for. Battleships are made to be shot at. That's the thing, believe it or not. But the problem is that I was running into in my battleships is I would do things in my battleship that the team just refused to help with most of the time. And then you had Peak that was in a cruiser a lot, and while that was very good against destroyers when the opportunity arose, he had a tendency to get one-shotted in his cruiser. And so we ended up going to battleships this morning, and that worked out pretty well for us once we both were in battleships, because then he could take a hit, and obviously he's a good player, so he can dish out punishment as well. Now, there's a few things about which cruisers were notably better than everybody else as far as cruisers go, and maybe it's just that the players that happened to be in these cruisers were better players than most of the cruisers that I came up against. But, as you can see, I take a shot at the Icarus, taking half his health in the first salvo. Now, he should not be long for this world, and as you can probably guess, my teammate just took his shot, and down goes the Icarus. Ishmael, Let Him Peek, knocking him down from half health. So, yeah, huge play. Ranked battles are won or lost with your destroyers. Period. Destroyers have such an unique ability to go back and forth between caps and do all of the necessary things to win a domination that you can't do in other ships. You can't do it in cruisers very well, because if you get detected, battleships are just waiting for it. Alright? And especially with all of the high explosive spam going around nowadays, you can guarantee that if you're spotted in open water in a cruiser, that the battleships are going to try to remove you with haste. So, with that in mind, the Dallas stood out. Nuremberg stood out as the worst choice ever. Okay, let me just say that right now. every Nuremberg I've seen in ranked battles, and this is not a hit on anybody, it's not a hit on the ship. I personally liked the Nuremberg once they fixed the turrets so that the one turret wasn't, like, not firing, which was obnoxious, if you guys remember that back in the day. But, I actually like the Nuremberg and the Königsberg. Now, this Ishmael is broadside on, and that's not a good place to be in an Ishmael. We get a good Citadel on him, and my buddy Peak is about to get another one. But he only gets one. So he's been Citadel'd twice. He's lost half his hit points. Normally, that's enough to get people to go, hey, that's probably not going to work out for me. But not this guy. He's continuing to try to stay broadside to us here. Now, he is changing direction in his, in fairness to him. I thought that he was going to gun it. I'm not going to lie. I placed a shot out ahead of him thinking he's going to take off, and unfortunately, we just led him too much. We still get a Citadel. Still got a Citadel on him, but it should have been a deletion. But it's all right because Peak's about to... Oh, my God, Queen Elizabeth. That was not nice. I said Peak was about to finish him, and Peak's shot just come up a little short as well, leaving the Ishmael with just enough health to get away for now. But he's not long for this world and gets finished off by our Ishmael. So you can see this team in particular has been very good at controlling caps and then keeping people back. That's all you have to do in ranked. That is literally it. You don't have to kill everybody. You don't have to go out and score 150,000 damage. All you need to do is get cap control and hold it. But this is a foreign concept to everybody that's playing ranked right now. And I don't know why. Everybody is in the mindset of I have to kill everything, or I have to not die, or I have to do... And the main thing that you need to do in ranked battles is control caps. Okay? The team that controls 2 caps wins. That's it. That's all you have to do. But that's easier said than done when every potato on your team is hell-bent on staying as far away from the battle as possible, or is sitting behind an island where they can't affect anybody on the map. And as you can see, I've got a destroyer behind me, so I'm turning because I'm expecting torpedoes. We also have a Warspite and a Normandy over here on the left side. But I try to, like, let everybody know, because it's going to help me as much as it helps anybody, right? Because if I get better teammates because more people know what they're doing, as you can see the torps rolling past us. Good thing we changed direction, huh? But as you can see, our destroyer went out and found their destroyer and took him out. That's a huge play. Like I said, the game is won and lost by destroyers in ranked battles because it's all domination. Okay? So the biggest issue that I have found by far in this season of ranked battles is just ineptitude. People are just not very good. Okay? And that is not just me saying this. I mean, it's pretty obvious. If you're a decent player, you see it all the time. You see the mistakes that people make. And I'm no different. I make mistakes just like anybody else. I'm a 60% win rate. I've got a 65% win, and oh my God, that Normandy just got touched. Didn't get Citadel, but by God, he got touched. As we're up to 114,000 damage done with our high caliber. But people don't know how to shoot. Simple things like leading the shot. Okay? Hitting a target when it's moving or when it's dodging. People are not able to do that. People also do not understand the concept of you need captures to win. And that is another concept that just people do not understand. Now, our team's winning this solely on the fact that we have caps, but we also haven't lost a ship, so that helps. Everybody's done their job in this one. We have destroyers that have been absolutely fantastic, capturing the outside base, coming back in, hitting the inside base, getting rid of their destroyers, letting us battleships do what we had to do. Now remember, the first destroyer went down because he was detected and us battleships actually shot him, which is something that a lot of people won't do in a battleship. Now, as you can see, this was an earlier rank. This was rank 2. We just got into rank 2. We got our first star. Top of the leaderboard, 2,000 base XP. Not a bad game. But, as you'll see here in a moment, we're going to get to the stats. Now, as you can see in the stats, you've got 66 battles to get to ranked 1. We got 65% win rate. We had an attracted damage average of 931,654. In other words, there's a lot of people shooting at me in every single match, basically. Now, we didn't get as many kills as we had battles, and we didn't do as much damage as we normally do. And this is just a change in how I was playing personally, which was I was being more aggressive, pushing into caps. I was trying to contest caps and all of that in battleships. And so that limited the amount of damage that I got on the majority of the games. So averaging 60 to 70,000 damage a game was kind of normal for me in this ranked battles. But what you'll also see is that we managed to only survive 18 times. 66 battles, we survived 18 times. And that is solely because of me being the aggressor, me being into the one pushing into caps. Now, I did some stupid stuff here and there that got me killed. But the majority of it was just me trading my hit points to give my team the advantage. And if you do that, whether it's getting a cap and then being killed because the entire enemy team pushes up on you or whatever, if you do that well enough, even potatoes can win matches. But at the end of the day, I hope that everybody works on their gunnery. I need people to be able to shoot their targets. I also hope people start actually paying attention to the fact that there are caps that you need to take. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.